Qualifier for this will be number 4. And right now we have a brilliant matchup, don't we, Rudafuda?
Oh, yes, this matchup. We have actually the winners of the last match we saw. The Mighty Morphin Flower Rangers, of course, one of the greatest names, versus Cute Boy Crew. I expect to see lots of cute boys. And this is actually the exact team comp I expected IRF, E-Dubs, and Zodiac. Actually, I expected Zodiac to go Duma, but switching off his main, escape that comfort zone, probably going for some better team comp. Wonder why he went Ashka over Duma, but either way, let's get into the round number 1. What are your initial thoughts of this matchup?
We're seeing the Polymer pick again, and then we've got E-Dubs on Sirius. I haven't seen a very good Sirius in a long time, so it'll be interesting to see how they manage to get this healing off and whether the Petrifiers can land.
Yeah, and the one thing that Sirius is so good at is just his insane amount of burst damage and the ability to switch targets so easily. And right now, we see the red team is completely controlling the map. They do run this DPS heavy comp, which makes it really easy for red team to just escape. But as I'm saying that, red team kind of going through the ringer, getting taking lots of damage to that Sirius and Ashka. But Shifu not doing the best job of playing this evasion tank style, kind of taking a lot of damage. But as I say it, going in with that whirlwind, trying to take off the remaining HP of Bako, but they just can't seem to find it quite yet.
This is so fast, it's almost hard to follow, as rank 1 does ultimate into Zodiac to get him down. E-Dubs will fall next, and that means that we only have the Shifu left, who will die on the orb.
Yes, not going to stand a chance. That was a very phenomenal control from red team. We saw just a lot of manipulation of, essentially manipulation of the blue team. We have red team, like the Ashka and Paloma are just so good at controlling everything. They can use the other side. Ashka can just use this wall, knockback, and all these things to just avoid this Shifu damage. But Shifu is almost the best character. I almost would say the best character in the game at sticking on one single target. He has so many ways to get back in and so many ways to avoid CC. So hopefully we'll see some change from IRF, but an unfortunate counter not going to yield much of anything there. And Mighty Goat is going to get a lot of damage on IRF to start.
Just having a quick look at the Battlerite. Vengeful Spirit was picked up instead of the usual 2-wolf pickup during to get the bouncing wolf. What do you think about, what is it? This is Warping the Spirit Guide restarts the cooldown of Spirit Rift.
Yeah, it's good to, I can see how it works in this matchup. He wants to panic, and he can go in and panic another target, just because it does reset the cooldown of that right there. So you might see him use his Spirit Rift right now, and then reset that. Now he does it this time. But either way, good lord, a lot of damage coming out from Shifu. Rank 1 looking pretty low, but IRF and Zodiac aren't doing too hot as well. Red team looking pretty healthy. Trent has managed to avoid all of the damage, but an immaterial going to save him for the meantime, and a beautifully placed counter, but an unfortunate impale going to lead him right to his death. And red team once again with this phenomenal control. Doesn't look like Team Blue, with Cute Boy Crew, just doesn't look like they have much of a response yet.
Well, they need to stick it together just that little bit more, because just at the end of that round, you had Sirius on the top being pummeled by 2 shit heroes, and then you had a distracted Zodiac on the bottom.
Yeah, we do see the separation, and I can understand why they might want to do it, but as you said, this is kind of a team comp where it's really bursty. They kind of want to target one person, but it requires quite a bit of coordination, since both these characters can switch targets immediately. They have Sirius with his counter, Shifu with his counter, as well as Impale and Javelin. You can see quick movement across the map, so being able to coordinate one single Incapacitate or one single Petrify into a huge target switch immediately is kind of what these guys rely on, and we haven't really been seeing much of that. We see the Incap now on the Bako, but they just couldn't seem to switch targets fast enough, and they ended up losing orb control as well. Very unfortunate situation for Boot.
On the plus side, they are focusing the Polymer quite well, and I do like this idea of trying to just get their heal down as fast as possible. There will be the Polymer ulti trying to heal them up.
Yeah, now kind of back into this corner, but IRF looking really low, not able to find anything with his Javelin, but a huge in-cap gonna get him out of that situation, and the Impale, of course, gonna take and maintain that orb control. But Bako looking like the ult is so ready to do a ton of damage. They got onto 2, but Shifu was able to get out of it, and they left click into Impale. Gonna close out Paloma's stock, but Mighty Fine Goat with the immediate response.
Oh, yes. Well, there will be a... No, there won't even be another ulti as he dies before I can even get it off. But... Yeah, we have... Oh, geez. No, E-Dubs was in the corner. I was just like, what the hell? Why hasn't this round finished yet? And nope, we actually do have one last player left. I do like the focus onto that Palmer, but the question was whether they could get her down before the other... the more carry-type heroes just absolutely demolish, and the answer was no. They couldn't just get her down in time.
It looked like they kind of over-exhausted their resources going for the Paloma. We saw when IRF got the kill onto Trent, he was already at like 20 HP, so not much he can do from there moving forward. So we saw him fall immediately afterwards, and there was a very, very healthy Mighty Fine Goat sitting at about 100, I want to say like 170 HP when Trent fell. So they did do a good job of targeting the Paloma there. We saw a lot of bursts come out, but they need to be able to do that more consistently onto more players, because the idea of the burst comp is not to just solely target one character for the entire round. They need to be able to switch quickly and just lower everyone's HP with burst. And we kind of see that happen right now. Trent falling victim to some damage in the back from E-Dubs, while ERF was kind of focusing on Nabako. They did get, they maintained the orbit control, but not seeing this big damage come out yet, and a Bulwark gonna reflect that in cap, pulling the trigger just a little bit too early.
And that will be Mighty Fine go down for the what could be the first round to this Q-Boys crew side. Trinith is going to go down as well as a very low Polymer. Jesus Christ, double ultimate on rank 1. Picking up the soul orb of the Polymer. What did I just swap?
Yeah, a much better round coming from a blue team. We saw just this, like, pretty much exactly what I was saying while I was saying it is what happened. They did a much better job of switching targets and not being tunnel vision. So they saw that they were dropping the Paloma pretty low, but they quickly switched onto the Bako. And then we saw Bako fall very early. And now you can see them a pretty healthy round. 56% remained on them as they closed out that round number 4. Finally getting one on the board for blue team. Now, the test of time is going to be, will they be able to maintain this pressure, this crazy burst pressure they have onto red team, or if they're going to kind of fall victim to overextending again? Because that's kind of what we've been seeing happen more or less, is they'll overextend into the wrong territory and just have like the Shifu die early or something.
I think the aim here is to just focus on that Polymer and get her down as fast as possible, get her away from this main healing side, as we do see Mighty Fine go leaping away and trying to get E-Dubs away. But on the other side, it will be a 2v2.
Yeah, and of course that Shifu pressure is just always so much to deal with. Even Ashka, who has some of the best escape in the game, and Thresh.
Zodak.
Okay. Wow, big root coming out from IRF to just secure Paloma into that serious ult. Not going to be enough damage to close it out. It was a huge momentum shift, but at the same time, Bako went into the back line and closed out the life of Sirius. Looking pretty grim for blue team, but there was kind of a light at the end of the tunnel there. We saw blue team do a massive amount of damage onto half of their team, almost like 66% of their team. It was not enough. IRF is kind of struggling to find some damage here. He did a pretty decent job in the 1v3. Of course, it's never an easy thing to overcome, but respect nonetheless.
Well, they did manage to get them pretty low, but the question is actually finishing them off, which is always the hardest part of trying to get someone down. And it will be match point as we are 4-1 in favor of the Morphing Flower Rangers.
Yes, indeed. And that was a pretty interesting combo. We saw the Paloma Fear go into the Bako jump, the Bako leap. But now they're kind of switching the momentum just a little bit, getting a stun and a charge onto the Bako. Bako being healed up now, so not much of a situation here. And these shields are doing a really good job of mitigating a lot of this frontline pressure, but the counter is going to get Shifu right into the back line, and a nice in cap going to guarantee that damage. Serious ult going to blow up Bako just a little bit, but at the same time, Shifu kind of fell victim to a lot of the damage, and the ult is going to almost go completely to waste.
Good double petrify at the top there by E-Dubs. He has been landing a few of them quite well, as we do see Ashka falling down. And this may be a bit of a comeback, as we do see you can't have your bull rack behind Azor back there. You need to turn around, man.
Yeah, that was a beautiful job from IRF, just sticking to the Ashka completely in the back line, not letting him get away whatsoever. That's kind of the turning point of that game, was the fall of rank 1, and that's essentially what won them that round. He stuck to him, and not only did he get the kill pretty early, but he kind of put him out of the fight. The amount of pressure that Shifu can apply to one character can be so detrimental to the amount of damage that character can output. So we saw him stick to him completely. It essentially made him useless. They got the kill and then moved quickly onto Bako. So much better job of blue team just maintaining that first pressure, as I was talking about earlier.
Oh, geez, you don't want to be IRF leaping into 3 people at the same time. But it looks like it will survive for now, as we do get a double in cap.
Yeah, not finding much out of the double in cap, unfortunately, and Bako wasting the leap. Complete ult charge onto Shifu. We've kind of seen him use him in all the wrong situations. This time getting about 60 damage off onto rank 1 while sticking to him, but Paloma with a nice coverage of that panic, avoiding that complete Bako charge. That was a really cute maneuver there from Shifu. Getting the in cap into the full impale charge. This is actually looking pretty good for blue team. They're maintaining this pressure, but yeah, and even more damage onto Paloma. This is looking like curtains for red team.
That being said, while the Orbi is picked up by the red side, they are still all up. It's not a single burst damage to one hero. It is just constant chip damage to all 3. So it is still a 3v3, and anything can happen in that situation.
Yes, but we see Paloma and Ashka very low into the back. The red team getting that orb control. Oh. 3-man ult into the serious ult, sorry, into the Shifu ult. Shifu ult going to be completely abandoned because of that Paloma ult separation. We did see a lot of unrecoverable HP come out from red team, but they now have to re-maintain his orb control because orb is coming back up with a nice dash onto the back line of the Ashka. Looking pretty good for blue team, avoiding that panic, and once again, red team stealing up that orb control.
As we do see both sides now on almost the same amount of HP. Blue side's actually losing this HP battle. It's just a single hit on one person can kill them now. As we do see both of blue side actually falling. It's up to Zodiac to save this round, and he won't be able to.
Oh my lord, beautiful patience being exhibited from red team. Even though they were behind about 30%, we saw them just stay in the back, maintain that orb control, and they with that Ashka ult that we didn't point out during the game, but right there at the end we saw an orb control go immediately for red team, and almost at the exact same time they got the orb, Ashka ulted 2 of the members of blue team, completely switched the momentum, got the stun, and even got a follow-up off of that stun to close out that round. So beautiful control from the Mighty Morphin Flower Rangers, going to advance on in the bracket to actually play against, I believe, Drama, isn't it? No, I'm sorry.
No, it'll be Project Vision.
Yeah, Project Vision. Ooh, that will be a phenomenal match to watch. Project Vision being the top contenders to take this